Hey guys, it's Eric here and I'm back with another video. So in this video I'm going to be sharing footage that was taken of me performing stand-up on Monday past. Yes, I performed stand-up comedy. I have never done it before, but it was something that was on my bucket list. It was very much a YOLO move. It's something that I thought about in recent times, and I gave it a go when the opportunity arose through an open mic night that was facilitated by Basement Jokes Galway. I advise you guys to give the page a follow on Instagram. I'm going to put their Instagram in my bio, and you should see the tag appear on the screen now. But yes, so I gave it a go. I enjoyed it. I hope the people who witnessed it on the night, enjoyed it. And I really hope you all enjoy it too. I'm aware that I've been on a hiatus in terms of content creation. I'm in my final year of university, so my undergraduate degree, and therefore I've been quite busy and haven't had time to make content, and a lot has occurred throughout the year 2022. Personally, in my personal life, which has drastically changed a lot. These changes, some of them I hope to talk about at a later date, because of their value, because of their depth. When I make more maybe personal, Eric-centric content. But I do want to assure you that the run-of-the-mill Eric Wilson content will be back again soon. Hot takes, videos with other interesting people of the type that I've already released on the channel. We'll get back to that very soon once things are more calm and the storm has relaxed. It's the academic storm of final year. So yeah, without further ado, Eric Ehige, take it away. This is my first time ever doing stand-up comedy, so to the kind of comedy connoisseurs in the room, if a brother runs awry, please cut a brother some slack. Alright, so my name is Eric Ehige. Surname is Ehige, which means my surname is an African surname, which means my surname is often mispronounced by non-African people. So what we're going to do before we get into things is get my surname right. So phonically, my surname is Ehige. Alright? He-gay. Thank you. And actually, you preempted what was to come, because in the count of three, I'd like for all of us to pronounce my surname phonically, as I just did. So in the count of three, I want us all to go, he-gay. Right? 1, 2, 3.
He-gay.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. So we got my surname right. Not my sexuality, but that doesn't matter. 2022, come on. More about me. I study in the University of Galway. More specifically, I study law in the University of Galway. Okay, I kind of sense an atmospheric change in the room when I said I study law. Some of you are looking at me as if I think I'm better than you because I study law. You're looking at me as if I think I'm, some of you, especially that guy over there, you're looking at me as if I think I'm superior to you all because I study law. Yeah, looking at me as if I think I'm going to earn more money than any of you are ever going to see because I study law. You think that about modest old me? Okay. If any of you think that, you're all right. I'm better than you because I study law. Yeah, I am superior than you because I study law, and guess what? I'm going to earn more money than any of you are ever going to see in your wildest dreams because I study law. Yeah, that's just a fact of life. You just accept things and move on. It's smart to think for me that we're coming to the end of 2022. We're going to be entering 2023 very soon. In my mind, we're still in 2020. 2020 was such a long year because it was a year where so many crazy things took place. I mean, COVID hit us like a ton of bricks in 2020. In addition to that, the Black Lives Matter movement, sprung up in 2020, which was a big deal. Fortunately, it came off after the tragic passing of George Floyd, but nonetheless, the Black Lives Matter movement promoted positive messages about equality and race relations. Can we all give a massive round of applause for that? One black guy making this many white people clap. This one's for Wakanda. One thing that period of time taught me, though, was the difference between how university folk think and talk about racism and how people in the working class environment that I grew up in Longford, think and talk about racism. Many of my colleagues, my white classmates in the University of Galway, were telling me reams and reams of text messages about how guilty they were to be white, how bad it was that white people mistreated black people and black people suffered from racism. I was getting messages like, Oh, Eric, I feel so bad as a white person for oppressing you and your people for 400 years. Oh, Eric, isn't it terrible that I robbed and raped and pillaged Africa alongside my ancestors? Oh, Eric, I feel terrible about the fact that me and my people were complicit in the murder of great black leaders like Martin Luther King Jr., like Quiva, you weren't even alive when Martin Luther King Jr. You know, this guilt stuff. But I won't lie, I kind of liked it in a way too. All of these white people sending me paragraphs and paragraphs about how guilty they were about racism. At one stage in the day when I got, I think, about a dozen messages, I looked at the sky and I said, ancestors! And my hand was like this as if I had a whip. The slave has become the slave master! I feel proud. Justice. But Longford. I remember one day I went back home, again working across the state. I was walking up the hill that was leading to my house. I was walking very slowly as you do. And across the road from me was my childhood Billy. I'm going to get to Billy in a second. My childhood bully. His name was Billy Joe. So Billy Joe was a rough guy. You know, the last time I encountered him, I was in 6th class in primary school, and he bet me to a bloody pub. That was a tragic day. So I was walking home as you do, 10 years later from that tragic incident, and Billy Joe, he called me. I looked over across the road, and I was shocked. Like, oh, hey, Billy Joe, how you doing? I turned to avoid him, I tried to keep walking. He was like, oh, come here, will ya? Like, okay, Billy Joe. Making my way, buddy. I get across the road to Billy Joe, and Billy Joe looks at me, he's like, see what happened to that black fella in America? Police choked him to death. Tragic. What's his name? Floyd Mayweather. Tragic stuff. I mean, he meant George Floyd. I'm not going to correct Billy Joe. This guy's good for scrapping. I don't want him to give me a black eye, so I know what some of you funny folk are thinking. Oh, he already has a black eye. But I didn't want my eye to get any blacker, so I didn't want to challenge this man. So I said to Billy Joe, yeah, terrible thing, man, terrible stuff. Racism is a terrible thing. Billy Joe said to me, he was like, yeah, man, racism is a scourge in our society, man. Scourge, bad stuff, man, scandalous stuff. So I was surprised. I thought Billy Joe, actually, the guy who bet me up at 10, wanted to get into an introspective conversation about what racism presents in our society. I was like, let me try and accommodate this man. Let me try and talk to him man to man. Again, I'm better than most people, better than all of you, so I saw Billy Joe trying to reach my level. Billy Joe, yeah, man, racism, I try to get all academic. You know, it can impact us in an individual way, social, institutional. And he was like, anyways, have a nice day, you black bastard. Looking at his muscles. Yeah, awfully right there. Look, I wasn't having that. Billy, you can't say, Billy Joe! Billy Joe looks back. Whoa! You can't say that. And he clenches his face. He's like, what? Getting a bit scared now. You can't call me a black bastard. Am I black? Is he right about that? Yeah. Am I a bastard? Technically, I've lived all my life in a single mother household, but that doesn't matter. You don't call people black bastards. You just don't do that in 2022. So you can't call me a black bastard. You just don't do that. He's like, black fella goes in America, you're going all soft on me. Here. He says. And that's the Longford attitude to racism. Just to show you the contrast. That's what Billy Joe said to me with regards to racism. Do I have much time? Okay. So I probably don't have time to get into my next joke, but I'd like to thank you all for giving me the time to tell you about what I told you about.